The story begins by showing a boy named Min, who is present in a dead house. Suddenly, he notices that he is alive now. Min gets up from the stretcher and starts walking towards the exit, where many doctors and nurses are shocked to see him. They couldn't understand how this boy, who was presumed dead, is now alive. Immediately, all the doctors and nurses grab him and take him to the operation theater for further examination. However, Min is completely clueless about what he is doing there. He has forgotten all his past memories, so he immediately tries to escape to save his life. He attempts to jump out of a window, but he doesn't realize that the building is quite tall, and he starts falling from such a height. Suddenly, in the middle of the fall, an unknown force stops Min, as if he was walking upside down on the top of a large building, which is very surprising and terrifying for Min because he has never experienced such things before. He considers all these things like a dream. But then, he looks upward and sees a janitor approaching him, also walking upside down on the building, just like him. Now, the janitor comes near Min and asks him how he feels about being alive again. Actually, this janitor is a guardian who was responsible for arranging all the soul and human body transfers. The guardian tells Min that he had died, and his soul had been transferred into another person's body, whose name is also Min. So now, Min has forgotten all his past things. He tries to understand why he was transferred into another body and asks the guardian how all these superpowers came into him. However, the guardian simply said that this wouldn't last long, and in the next moment, the guardian instructed Min to hold onto a window of the building to keep him from falling. Because all his powers would disappear soon, and Min was hanging from the building. The guardian had disappeared from there, so Min had to go inside through the window somehow. Here, Min, who was quite confused, went and sat on the stretcher. After a while, a nurse came there. Min, in his confusion, threw away a glass of water from there. Suddenly, all the water stopped at one place. When Min looked closely at the nurse, he realized that she wasn't a nurse but the guardian who had changed his appearance. The guardian tells Min that although he is someone else's soul now, he has been given a chance to live Min's life again. However, he will always have to find out whether Min was murdered or committed suicide. And if it was suicide, then for what reason? The guardian had also given Min a timer, and before it ends, he has to complete his mission. The guardian had also made it clear that no one else should know that the body Min is in isn't Min's anymore. A few days later, Min is discharged. Min returned to his mom, who was quite shocked to see him alive because initially, the doctors had told her that Min had died, and now suddenly he was alive. She hugged him tightly as she saw her son alive. But the real thing is that the soul inside Min needs to find out in any way what was the reason behind Min's suicide. Min now started living peacefully with his family, but now he noticed some changes in his father's behavior because his father wasn't talking to him at all. Min also meets his younger brother, who was quite angry with him. Min stayed there for a few days initially, but now Min sees a room inside the house that was closed. Min tries to open it because this room used to be his, but it was locked. He couldn't open it because his brother comes and shouts that Min can't open it. Min doesn't have permission at all. But now Min had to find out what was in that room. So when his younger brother goes to school, he tries to open the door with many keys help, but he wasn't successful. So, he enters another room through the window. Everything was scattered there, and Min's photo was visible. As soon as he had committed suicide. Min initially found all this funny, but this was the reality. Suddenly, Min's mother entered the room and started asking him what he was doing there. Min's mother was saying that he had tried to take his life once, but he should never bring it up again. Min's mother hugged him, and the next day, Min was sent to his school so that he could study. Min's mother was explaining to him that many people would ask him why he hadn't come for so many days, but he should lie to them that he was sick. No one should know that you tried to commit suicide. Now, Min goes to his school. He had very few friends, and only one girl was quite close to him. She liked Min somewhere, but Min didn't feel anything in his heart. One day, the class leader was explaining that we have to make a good drawing to participate in the championship. So Min got involved in that project and started making a good drawing. Then Min finds a note on his table that belongs to his classmate. She was calling him to talk in the library. Min immediately went to the library and there he finds a girl named Pai. Pai had recently joined the school and she always stayed with Min. The truth is that Min had started liking Pai some time ago, and this feeling was also felt by the soul inside Min. So, he started spending a lot of time with Pai. Min's soul even started using Min's mother's debit card for shopping, and Min also spent a lot on his hairstyle because he wanted to impress Pai, who perhaps was starting to like him too. Min's life was going quite well. One day, Min's father came to school and told him that he had a meeting with the school therapist today, meaning Min had to go and get treatment from that therapist. And for now, he has to keep doing it for a month. Min had no other option, so he went to meet the therapist. But then the therapist started behaving like crazy and threw all the medicines in the air. That's when Min realized that this was not someone else, but Guardian. Guardian came in the form of a therapist to explain to Min that he has very little time left, and in that time, he has to find out why Min committed suicide. As soon as you do that, the timer will stop, and you will be free. Now Min started thinking about this case in a much better way, so that he could find out how the real Min died. Now, inside the school, there was a big festival going on, which all the students were enjoying. Min, dressed well, started looking for Pai, who was crying in a room. When Min asked Pai what was wrong, Pai told him that she had scored quite low in her exams, which meant she wouldn't be able to become a topper. But Min explained to Pai that although her score may not be good now, the more time she gives, her scores will gradually improve. Hearing Min's words, Pai started smiling a little. Now Min started asking her if they could become a good couple. Pai replied that Min hadn't taken her anywhere yet. Understanding Pai's hint, Min directly took her to the festival. Both of them were having a lot of fun together. Pai told Min that he had become much better and happier than before and should always remain like this. Min didn't leave Pai alone for the entire festival and had fun with her. After coming home, Min's mother was talking to his father, and it was evident that Min's father was in a lot of tension. Listening to the conversation, it was found out that Min's father had sold his ring for some very important work, which was why Min's mother was very worried. But now, Min went to the kitchen and supported his mother, and food was also being prepared. He was also eating those vegetables which he never used to touch before. Min's mother was amazed to see her son's changing behavior, as Min never used to come to the kitchen and didn't like these things at all. So she was very happy to see her son's changing appearance. Now, after coming to school, Min was continuously searching for Pai because he couldn't see Pai anywhere. But then he noticed that Pai was in a room with her teacher, and her teacher was touching Pai in a strange way. But the most shocking thing was that Pai was not even refusing her teacher. After seeing all these things, Min became quite sad and sat down on the ground. Although he didn't talk to Pai about these related things, he was feeling quite angry at the teacher. So, after going to class, he punched the teacher. That's why after going to the classroom, he punched the teacher quite hard. Pai grabbed Min and took him to the terrace, asking why he was doing this. Then Min asked why she was protecting the teacher so much. Pai replied that she was doing this intentionally because the teacher was increasing the scores of her subject a lot, and all these things would help her in going to the Olympics. Understanding this, Min realized that Pai could do anything to achieve these things. So, leaving her there, he went to his father's car. Although his father was talking nicely, Min started shouting at him because his father had sold his mother's ring for his work. Min was very angry with all these things now, and he was very upset because there was no one with him. That's why Min left home and started crying on a bridge. It was raining heavily, but in the next moment, the raindrop stopped, meaning that the guardian had arrived, now in the form of a child. Min was being asked repeatedly what the reason was. What the reason was that he took his own life. The spirit within Min was saying that his entire family is responsible. Min had started hating this life because no family member supported him and motivated him. Finally, due to these reasons, Min must have taken his own life. But after answering, the timer didn't stop. That means Min's spirit gave the wrong answer. The guardian was explaining to Min that he only had 2 days to find out why Min had finally taken his own life. Now, Min had come back home, where his mom was waiting for him in his room. She was telling Min that the drawing he was making for her was complete or not. But Min was very angry, so he started shouting at her for making such a drawing. He didn't like it at all, which hurt Leah a lot. That's why she left from there quietly, while Min's mom and dad were secretly talking, where his dad returned the same ring to his mom. But Min's mom was revealing a very deep secret here, and she told that she is having an extramarital affair. This made Min's dad very angry when she came to him. She was trying to apologize, but Min was also angry with her. Finally, how could she make a relationship with another man after leaving her family? When they were both moving forward in their own paths, suddenly a car collided with their car. This was a very big accident in which Min's mom was injured. Min opened his eyes in the hospital and immediately went to see his mom. His mom's condition was very critical. Min's dad and Min's brother were already there. Now Min's younger brother was telling him that whatever was in his mind, he should have shared it. After all, we are all your family. And they love you. You shouldn't think about suicide at all. Min is discharged within a few days. He was slowly realizing that his family had always supported him. That is, family problems couldn't occur. Now Min understands everything. Because of this, he goes to school where Pei is being honored just to get good ranks. As soon as Pei sees Min, he feels embarrassed and doesn't say anything, and runs away from Min. immediately understood when going to pay that. It wasn't your fault, but it was the teacher's job. Pei was very much comfortable with Min, and now he also goes to the principal to complain about the teacher. Min now also goes to Leah's place to apologize because he realized that he had treated her badly. Min says that you were always with me, but I didn't value your importance. Leah also forgives Min now. She had made a nice drawing for Leah, which she liked very much. Suddenly, Min starts remembering some strange things, how he attempted suicide. Actually, no one was responsible for all these things, but it was Min's mentality, and he thought he was alone. He realized that he was responsible for Min's suicide. Suddenly everything stops, and a guardian comes in front of him. The guardian says that you have found the right reason and therefore he is setting Min's soul free, whatever was present in Min's body. The old soul of Min returns to his body. Here, Min realizes how big a mistake he made and he goes to improve everything. He meets Leah and also meets his mom in the hospital. He decides that he will never think about suicide again and will support his family completely. This is how our story ends here.